Jefferson County Court, law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 2 cases, cause number 23 CCCR 1720 and cause number 23 CCCR 1723. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Lindsay Danielle Poster. Court had a hearing outside the presence of the public. The court is back in session. Now, Ms. Poster, prior to the court closing the hearing to the public, you acknowledge that this was your signature and your initials on judge's explanation of defendant's right without attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, since then, since the time that you acknowledged that everything was true and correct in this document, there have been some adjustments that have been made based on evidence that you provided to the court. Is that correct? And the court made those changes. I have initialed next to the changes that I made. And is everything on this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. Now, Ms. Poster, you was previously sworn in as well. Is that correct? Now, based on the answers and the adjustments that have been made and based on evidence that you have provided to the court, you do meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that would be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Giles Cole. Giles Cole. Attorney Cole will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact him. The court coordinator will give you that information. Once she gives you that information, you will be free to go. But before she gives you that information, Ms. Postert, would you please step to the right? I need to give you a document. Please step here, and then you can step back in front of the bench. Ms. Postert, the document that has just been handed to you is a document that is standard bond conditions and county code at law number 2. I'm going to go over these bond conditions with you. And it reads as follows. Following the return of information in county code at law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds are executed for release of any defendant named herein or ordered subject to the additional conditions. Andrew, I'm gonna have to go over something before y'all leave.
This order is going to.
She's coming down?
She's back there.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna go over this again. Following the return of a criminal information in county court at law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein or ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition? And condition number 3 does not apply. Condition number 4 does not apply. However, condition number 5 does apply. Condition number 5 states the defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless the defendant is a peace officer as defined by Section 1.07 Texas Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition? Now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. And you'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, Ms. Poster, this will conclude your case. Please have a seat in that first chair by the wall. And once you finish with the court administrator or the court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Ms. Porter?
Yes.
Next case we have is Lawrence Sales. Mr. Sales, please come forward. taking the scenic route. Huh? Hey, that way.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not, you already over there now.
Also, in business going on.
No, yeah. Now, Miss Miss Porter, she's a prosecutor with the district attorney's office. Now, Miss Porter, uh, Mr. Sells, actually, I met Mr. Sells on Saturday. I was at a funeral. And I think he was introduced to me by, I think, Mr. Sidney Applon, who's sitting in the audience. I know Mr. Sidney Applon, that we've been friends for, I don't know how many years. So when he approached me, it told me that he had a case in his court. I think he said on Monday, which was yesterday, but he's here today. And I informed him that I could not talk to him about the case, and I think the conversation ceased at that point. So I'm making a full disclosure to the state. And if the state thinks I need to recuse myself from this case, I will be willing to recuse myself. Or if there's because of conflict of interest, or because there's an appearance of impropriety.
Okay, the state isn't making a request for you to recuse yourself.
Okay, so the state is waiving any conflict of interest or any appearance of impropriety.
Correct.
Okay. Now, Mr. Sells, would you please raise your right hand? You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sells, you may put your hand down. Mr. Sells, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature
Yes, sir.
on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
And are these your initials on the line that state you would like to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature?
My signature.
Mr. Sells, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Sells, I read your answers. Let me see. Based on I just appointed y'all, it's cold. Okay. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. The attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl will be given information on how to contact you, and you will be given information on how to contact him. The court coordinator will give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You're gonna sit in that third chair on the wall. Actually, sit in the third chair on the wall. Yeah, you can take that shortcut. Okay, Ms. Baldwin, I have before me two documents. Well, first of all, Ms. Baldwin, your full name is Tiana Jalen Baldwin?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Baldwin, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Baldwin, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Baldwin, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Baldwin?
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Baldwin, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Mhm.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Are these your initials on the line that state you like to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature?
Yes.
Ms. Baldwin, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes.
Do you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Ms. Baldwin, I've read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney, and the attorney that will be appointed to represent. Oh, I didn't even put it out here. And the attorney that will be the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Mark Faggart. Attorney Faggart will be given information to contact you, and you will be given information to contact him. The court coordinator will give you that information. Once he gives you that information, you'll be free to go. And you have a bless. Well, there's another form that we're gonna have to get you to fill out. Jefferson County Court Order number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number 23 CCCR 0872. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Devon Tyrese Jackson. Mr. Jackson was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. at or about 9 a.m. The court's bailiff called the name of Devon Tyrese Jackson at the courthouse door. Devon Jackson did not answer. Devon Jackson has not appeared in the court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:23 p.m. on today's date of April 16, 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Devon Jackson at the courthouse door.
Davon Jackson. Davon Jackson. North Orange County.
Davon Jackson's name was just called to get at the courthouse door. Davon Jackson did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Jackson an opportunity to appear in court. He is not appearing in court. State, do you have a motion?
Same as the bond one.
That motion will be granted. Devon Jackson's bond will be forfeited. The warrant should be issued for his arrest in cause number 23 CCCR 0872. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1678. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Gennaro Torres Perez. Gennaro Torres Perez was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m. The court's ready to call the name of Gennaro Torres Perez, and Gennaro Torres Perez did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:24 a.m. on today's date of April 16 of 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Gennaro Torres Perez at the courthouse door?
That was reset.
Oh, it was reset?
Jared Gill thought was coming.
Okay, well, never mind. It was reset. And this will conclude the calling of the court's arraignment docket on today's date of April 16th, 2024. And in County Court at Law Number 2, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. The court will be in recess until 1:30 when we pick our jury for the case that we have set on the trial docket.